Good morning, everyone, and thank you for attending JSP's webinar on our 2-metre barrier products. We'll just give a few more minutes if others are joining, and then get cracking for you, if that's okay. Right, let's go. Thank you again for those that have joined. Opportunity for us to go through our 2-metre barriers for you and the project we've done recently to look at the differences between the different manufacturing types. It's just a really good opportunity for you to see our range and what we offer for different customers. The most important things we do, though, we're looking at the main reasons why we do a project are our social responsibilities, the impact we have on the environment, and what we give to you as a product and what we consider. So this what you're seeing here now is the key principles of every JSP product that we do. This has been transferred through this project as we sort of move on. This will all be available for you afterwards. It's really important that whenever we give you a product, we've considered the environment, the energy we're using, the materials we waste, but more importantly, it's how we comply with any standards that are out there for you, certainly in Chapter 8 and in the Street Works Act, and make sure we conform to everything that's required within that. This is recapped for you. Particularly, there's a big driver here, so life cycle assessments, which JSP are now going through on this range, and you'll see in the future. The utility sector are expecting this from us. They have set themselves a target, particularly for the water industry, to be net zero by 2030, and we'll be helping them to move towards that and how they achieve that and how they can monitor it. We give you a long life product, whatever we do. We don't expect something to be lasting 6 weeks, 6 months. It's got to be years that we want from it for you, so you get a good return on investment. Everything you see here today is manufactured in the UK, something we're very proud of and something that we will always be investing in the future. Right, so we're uniquely placed, and you'll see a short video where I run through this for you. We are the only manufacturer that blow molds 2-metre barriers and injection molds them. No one else has that facility, so we've been running a project to compare the two manufacturing styles and what that has as an impact on the industry, but also the environment. What we've found, this is the key points here, is that a blow molding uses 60% more energy than an injection molding barrier of the same size. And it's 3 times more material has to be processed while you're going through this. So you'll hear me talk about a top section weighing on a premium product about 7 kilos. To do that on a blow molding, you need to process 21 kilos of material. On an injection molding, it's 7. So massive difference. And the cycle times on a blow molding are 6 minutes, and they're 3 minutes on an injection molding. So half the cycle time. Massive difference. Massive change to your labour and how we impact the environment. This is something we feel the industry really needs to know about and take forward in its product selections, what you use in the future. JSP uniquely placed as the only manufacturer that injection molds barriers in large sizes and blow molds barriers in large sizes. It's been that way for many, many years. So what we've learned over time with our injection molded Titan barrier, which is widely accepted as the strongest barrier on the market, and Frontier barrier, which is widely accepted as the strongest blow molded barrier on the market, is what do we learn from this? What is the differences in how they're manufactured? So on premium products, you have a weight when all the feet are removed of about 7 kilos. So when you process a blow molding, which is the Frontier here, when we mold that 7 kilo section, we actually have to process 21 kilos of material. The material is dropped through, blow molded, and then there's all the excess around the outside and in between has to be manually cut out and then rechipped and reprocessed and reused. But the cycle time is also 6 minutes, which is quite long. That's what blow molding does. When you compare that to a 7 kilo Titan molding, it's only 7 kilos of material that you process and mold. There's no wastage, there's no cutting around the outside, and you actually end up with a stronger product, albeit it has a stronger material in the first place. So So learning from that, we realised that the cycle time is also 3 minutes in comparison to the 6. So using less energy, less material, less wastage, so less impact on the market. So what do? Did we redo a whole new product? No, what we did was we re-engineered our entry-level product to come up with the Navigator Plus. Using what we knew about the moulding technology, we said, let's make it injection. We decided to put in a polyprop material, but not the same grade as the Titan barrier, which is a high impact one, just the standard polyprop, and then give the features of our entry-level product that we get. So you get a benefit of a 6.5 kilo moulding rather than 7, a lower grade material, but still stronger than what went before it in the blow molding. And then you get a cycle time that is 3 minutes. So you get a benefit all round. So for those customers that need an entry-level product, you get a stronger item for a cheaper price and a longer life.
Well, right, hopefully that was good for you to understand the project. We will be doing this as a recording so you can pick up on afterwards. Just thought I'd check everybody can hear. I've seen there's one that they maybe can't pick it. But good that you, okay, excellent, that's what you can hear us. Right, next thing. So this is what we'll move on now is the specifics about a product. So the first one is our flagship product, our strongest product we have is the Titan barrier, and I've put through sort of some details for you so you can have for that now, which will follow shortly.
Within JSP's range, we have 4 products that are both injection moulding and blow moulding. Our strongest of which is the premium one, which is the Titan barrier, which we have here, which has chapter 8 compliance throughout with the handrail, the tapping rail compliant, and then also the reflective strip. The difference then you get across the range is whether one's premium or entry level. With the Titan being the premium model, we have the extra struts with a 110mm gap as part of BS 7818. We have an extra handle for the guys to move around. You also have the ability to have this in a variety of colours that you may need, and also to mark the product and emboss it with labelling or hot foil embossing at the back, which is a permanent feature and cannot be removed. All within how we will price you the product. The other options we then give you are to do with the barrier feet. You can have a full spectrum of choice, whether a full foot, an anti-trip foot, a high-vis anti-trip, or even a painted foot should you wish. All of that can be built for you within that range for it. Other real things we need to consider is how strong this barrier is. It's manufactured from a high-impact polypropylene, which means we actually guarantee you can drive across this with a small vehicle and it won't break. Unlike any blow-molded barrier, which we make, you cannot do this with any other type. Part of what you get is because the strength of the product, which is highlighted here, this is where all the force is applied through the feet and any loading. So when you see barriers that have broken feet or barrier foot connectors that are foot, this is why you don't see this with the Titan. It's all high impact polypropylene and the forces are projected through the whole barrier. Makes it very, very strong and sets it apart from anything else in the market. So what we move forward to is making sure that we've matched your needs with everything you may require. That includes ballasting for barriers. So we give you a ballast weight, which you will see here on the one I've got here. This is the painted version of the ballast weight. This adds 6.5 kilos per weight, and when we apply them to the barrier, we can go well beyond the Scotland requirement of 40 miles per hour. So, real big feature of what we do with this item. One thing we'll run through with you is the feature of the clip. It comes with every barrier. When it's stored in use, when you receive it, it's tucked out of the way to protect it. When it's in full use here, it's actually locked. So members of the public cannot access through this area. But as an operator on site, they'll know how to open and close it. It's a unique feature to JSP and fully patented. We then move forward, they're all got stacking features on the back, so they're all locked together when you move them alternately. And then we move forward to why we recommend this for any long-term use. Mainly used by hire companies, big utility companies and tier 1 contractors who want long life on a product. We have Titan barriers that have been in use for over 18 years, which shows the quality of the product, quality of the finish that JSP give you, and how long you'll get on your return on investment. That's the Titan, isn't it?
Excellent. So you'll see why that is the premium product that we offer. It's so strong compared to everything else. What I'm going to give you an overview of now here is how we manufacture the product, how we test it, and so you can see the real differences from it. again, we use these videos regularly with customers, and they once they see it, they understand this is what really they're going to use. It just gives you an idea of what we do here. The overview here gives you all the details of what it conforms to and how it complies with everything that's required in the UK. From that, one bit to perhaps add on is that obviously this product, the Titan, has full sign fitment areas, lots and lots of locations for you to fix signs to, drainage points, etc. So there's nothing worse than collecting water in the winter and then the guys getting covered in it. That we've made sure that's all covered for you, and there's multiple sign fitment connections you can see there on the image. But any questions that we can answer at the end for you. Just to recap on the strength points for you, what sets this apart from anything else in the market is how strong the foot connector area is and the whole barrier itself. Any forces are directed through that area that you can see on the screen for you, and then the locking clip that again is fully patented to JSP that no one else can offer for you, which means you can make sure your sites are fully secure, particularly important to the utility industry. The next video is your manufacturing video of the Titan, fully robotized. And now we move on to our premium blow molding. Now, what you will notice the difference between this is we won't show you a drive over test because there isn't a blow molded barrier on the market that you can drive over without breaking. But this is a premium product. It's the strongest blow molding we offer, the strongest blow molding available across anybody in the industry. You'll see me run through the sort of core principles of what we do for this for you and the options you have.
Moving on to the Frontier barrier, which is our premium blow molding product. This is designed to be as strong as we can physically make it for a blow molding. Because of the inherent weakness more of a blow molding over the injection molding, it just means we have to design that in. So you get a premium product from our blow molding. So what you get again is the hand rail for chapter A, tapping rail for chapter A, the reflective, as we talked about before. We've also got the gapping being 110 millimeters because we feel this is a premium product for you from it. And it just means we get that from that. Now, we talked previously about strength on barriers from what you see as the difference between the type we offer. With a blow molding, you can't guarantee anyone driving over it, it will break the product. What we do see a lot on blow molding barriers is that clients go through a lot of barrier feet and connectors where they break, lose the feet, and the barrier is either then lost or they're having to buy replacement. JSP don't believe in it. So we give you a very, very strong foot connector. So if you're using these in comparison to those in the market, this is 3 times the size of anybody else. We make it from helmet grade PPE, which we use from the PPE's division side. So it's very, very strong. It's not impossible to break, but it is nigh on impossible for you. Fits all our standard feet that we give you. So premium product, we give you the choice of all of the foot options like the Titan. So painted anti-trip, full feet, high vis, and then all the foot ballast options that you would expect. We give that for you. We also give you the clip, the same as we do for the Titan. The one difference being is we give you 2 clips because we feel that blow molding needs that inherent rigidness when you connect, because otherwise they'll twist more than an injection molded barrier, and that's where you get the failures of falling over. So we give you 2. Whether you choose to use 2 like we have set out here is up to you. We'd always usually recommend obviously the top one being put on. We give you full choicing of colours like the Titan barrier. The run quantities are usually a bit different, and the embossing is on the front and brought out in black for you, so you can see that you have full logo. The ink can be removed like any other blow moulded barrier would do, but the embossing will always be there for you. Tighten and the frontier comparisons for you, and the weight options we give you for the comparisons on the premium products that we offer.
Thank you, everyone. Just rejoining, we'll see now that the recap on the product for you for the Frontier barrier is the most compliant and strongest barrier in the market for blow moulding, and our product we offer to that others like you can with the others. Just to recap for you on there, and then we'll move forward into the strength again. Just recap for you there, same as the Titan, because that's what we'll put on a premium product. Strength foot connector because it's made from helmet grade material that we use in the hard hats here, that no one else has access to. It's also 3 times the size of anybody else's. This area is a massive cost for you. That if anyone's purchasing barriers, how many spare feet do you buy? How many foot connectors do you buy? And how many barriers do you lose when these areas break? You can see how JSP is invested in the manufacturing process of our blow moulding. We also use robots to trim everything, and you can see all the pieces that have been trimmed away, and that we then chip them down and reuse them again. But it is using more energy for that. There's more wastage from the trimming process. But the investing in technology is something we're really, really proud of, and it means any operators that are on the machines are more skilled, more developed, and more backed by us as a company. We'll now move on to our newest product, which is us looking at an entry-level product, which are more used for the sites that are less likely to need to be locked, but it uses the principles of what we learned in the project we talked about earlier for our entry-level range of product, which is called the Navigator Plus.
Moving on to our entry-level product, the Navigator Plus. This is using our project against injection moulding and blow moulding, comparing the differences and the impact on the environment. What we learned is that injection moulding is a stronger product. What we've done though is, rather than in the Titan using a high impact polypropylene, we've used a standard polypropylene. So you get the benefit for a slightly cheaper material over the fully expensive, very strong material, but you still get a much stronger item, particularly compared to those others on the market that are in the same category. So we give you a fully chapter 8 with hand rail, tapping rail and reflective to be fully compliant there, but we widen the gaps into sort of the entry level market range that you would more commonly see. We also move across to a pin connection. It doesn't lock because that's a premium product, and that's what high-end customers would expect. Very simple to use though. Pin into a hole, in and out very quick, and we also then give you another location here if you wish the T-bar off to again extend your connections or increase your wing loading. Available only with the anti-trip foot, which is here shown on this one is with the black one. We can colour it for you and paint it, or we can put the high-vis option with the ramp connectors on for you. And the barrier can come in other colours, so we can change it to your bespoke colour should you wish, or use one of our other standard offerings should you need that. And we can hot foil emboss on the rear, which is a permanent feature like the Titan, exactly the same way, where it cannot be removed throughout its life. We can also label the front should you need and want to have that on there as well. And really stable, really strong, and will be expected to have a long life.
Thank you. So what we don't do here is don't show you the manufacturing video for the Navigator Plus. It's exactly the same as the Titan, so you get the principles of it from run through. But what we do here is just recap for you again for what this product has, why it's different from the other two. from that. But yeah, made from the same way as the Titan barrier for you. Just to recap here, so you see us show you what we call the Surefoot block, which is to help your wind stability. This is particularly key. So manufacturers really don't want you putting sandbags looped through barriers because it puts stresses in points on barriers that we'd rather you put somewhere else. So that's why you can also get damage on products as well. If you loop sandbags through, the foot connectors break because you've added weight on the foot area. So we have a specific product for you, which is called the Surefoot block, shown here, that fits onto the feet of our barriers and is locked in place. And by having the right quantity in the right configuration, you can then comply with all the standards that you need for Wind Class C or Wind Class B in Scotland. The recap for you for that, it fits all three of the barriers and is unique to us for it, and is all made from recycled material. We've got to the point now where we're going to if there's any questions for you, but I thought I'd open up with one that I'm commonly asked, and that is, which product would I pick out of the three for which job? So probably start with the Titan. So if I was a major utility or tier 1 contractor working on gas, water, power or telecoms, I really should be leaving my site stable, secure and locked off. So I would always pick really the Titan barrier or the Frontier, but particularly the Titan barrier because it's going to have the longest life. As the locking clip, you can have your full branding opportunities. And we've got products in use of this design for nearly 20 years. So customers had to buy it once. They might change the reflective as that wears over time with any of these products, but that's the only thing they've had. So their return on investment is really, really good. So that's what I would pick if it was my money. That's how I would go about it. If I'm more of a preference to a blow mold design, which is the Frontier in that case, I would pick that because again, I've got the locking clip, I've got the strongest blow molding available, I've got a really strong foot connector, so it prolongs the life from it. I just can't drive over and expect it to be something that's going to last. Like any blow mold is going to break. So that's your tier 1s, etc. If you've got a lower, shall we say, a lower tier contractor that is all about speed, they're just making safe an area that isn't deep excavation or it's a very narrow opening or a cord in an area. If I'd use perhaps the Navigator Plus, it hasn't got all the features of the other two. It's a lower cost, but it's still the strongest entry level product you'll see on the market, and you can fully brand it if you need to. So that's the common question I'm asked about why. So I thought I'd open up with that for you. So is there any other questions from the group? Okay, I can see there's one to do with what's a common area that product will break. So we did sort of cover that in the videos for you. So the most common area is where the foot on a barrier interacts with the barrier itself. So blow mold. So blow molding has to have a separate piece. I'm just going to get a piece from the table again. So we show in the video that a blow molding needs something like this. This is either called a spigot or foot connector. We make ours from a very strong material, make it very big. So for the blow molds, but typically on the market, they're half or a third of this size, and they're often made from another blow molding, which is really thin, or they're injection molded from a low grade material. So they break here where the foot interacts with the connector, and you'll see them snap. Then you've lost the foot. You may have also damaged the barrier that it goes onto, but fundamentally, you've got to either buy that again and the foot because you've lost it. So it's a hidden cost. So we guarantee this pit on the Frontier and the Titan for you through the Surefoot guarantee for certainly the first 12 months and beyond with breaks, because we know how strong we've made it. So typically, I mean, I've seen others in the market supply thousands of spare feet a week. We don't do 500 spare feet or connectors in a year globally. And that's one of the principles that we have and we stand by with all of our products. Next question. Okay, so just to recap on the branding for you. So I'll just pull around one I've got to the side for you. So the Navigator Plus and the Titan barrier both have what we call a hot foil process, which is here. You can pick different colours. It could be a different logo. That branding is us explaining for you. This isn't a sticker, this isn't a label of any kind, so it doesn't come off, it's permanent. It'll be in there for the life of the product. So The difference between this and what happens with a blow molding is we on a blow molding, we'll put it in the mold for you, but it's the same color as the product that's been molded. So in this case, the red, and then it's inked over where the ink can come off. This doesn't. This is the color for its life and coming. So it's a really permanent way of putting it onto a product, and you know it's yours, and it cannot be removed by anybody else that may, shall we say, take the product from a site and you never see it again. So you will always know it's yours. The other thing we can do is you can have almost any color you like. You see we've got a yellow and a white ones here of the other two. All that sets for you is your minimum order quantity or your run for a product that we can do on that for you. You can literally have any color. We've done pinks, yellows, blues, silvers, golds. In fact, I've got a pink one here that we've done in the past, which I'll show you as well. So this is quite white colours you'll see, but we do pink quite often for customers. And this highlights where the embossing is done for on the frontier. You can see on the bottom there. So that is in the mould when we process it, and then the ink is inked over afterwards. So that's the difference with the blow molding. You can have it on the front. With the other products, we typically get asked for labels. So we have major customers that have that. They have the embossing, and then they also put labelling on it to bring that front or back to go with their brand and the message they're trying to put across. And then they sometimes use the silent fitment areas we've got here for the frontier for other branding or corporate or safety messaging they may require. Which leaves us one final area, which is commonly asked about, which is your foot on the barrier can be changed. So we offer a black anti-trip, a black standard on the Titan and Frontier, and just the anti-trip on the entry-level one. You can colour them like this. So this is a common request, is to paint it all completely yellow and have it high vis. Or we have another version, premium, where the front half is yellowed, and we put speed bump reflectors in here for you. That's not required by standard. This is where customers want to go that extra step, have that on there so it shows up to the traffic. That's the common area to get. So typically we get greens, blues, whites, and the most common at the moment is actually yellow that people respect for that. Any other questions? Okay, so I think that's probably it at the moment. My contact details will be popped up by Ray on there, and you've got the traffic division of JSP you can ask further questions from. Please feel free to come to me afterwards. More than happy to help you, and we'll build any specifications you may want directly. You can then use them for quote requests for your distribution network. Thank you.